guys, and you're welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time seeing me, Crystal here, and I make natural hair videos, beauty, lifestyle, chit chat, a little bit of everything. So if you're interested in that, definitely hit the subscribe button, and if you are a returning subscriber, you're welcome. So straight to today's video. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys some natural hair mistakes, some common mistakes that you are probably making. So if you're interested in knowing what these mistakes are, how you can correct them, then definitely keep on watching. The first mistake is unrealistic expectations. The worst thing you can do for yourself, not just with hair generally, is to have unrealistic expectations. A lot of people don't consider the fact that genetics play a huge role in how fast their hair grows. A lot of people don't consider a lot of things. All they do is sit down on Instagram or on YouTube and compare themselves to their favorite natural hair YouTuber, or pictures on Instagram. I mean, it's not bad to gain inspiration, but save yourself the heartbreak and be realistic with your expectations. Don't expect to grow 6 inches in 1 week. It is not going to work. And there's also no product that will grow your hair instantly overnight, because that's what a lot of people are looking for. So as much as we're all trying to grow our hair, yes, me included, as much as we're all trying to grow our hair, we need to be very realistic with our expectations. The reason why I'm putting this as number 1 is because I feel like this sets the tone for everything else. If your expectations are unrealistic, trust me, there's nothing you will do that you will be frustrated. Even if you try a new hair care routine, you try to do everything right, you will still be frustrated. So the mindset is very important. Unrealistic expectations are a no. Okay? One mistake that I find that a lot of people do is when it comes to combing. Now, I am an advocate for using your hands to comb your hair, but I realize that a lot of people cannot finger comb, and a lot of people are really not interested in that. Like, nobody got time for that. That's cool. Like, if you're going to use a comb, be sure to use the right comb, a wide tooth comb. And even if you use a wide tooth comb, you can still comb your hair the wrong way. People in this 2020 are still combing their hair from the roots. That's not going to work. Best combing practice is to comb your hair from the ends and work your way up to the roots. And you need to comb gently. You need to comb it. You don't need to comb it like it's quarrel. You don't need to comb it like it's fight. You need to calm down when you're combing your hair. Do your hair when you're happy, so that you can be patient with it and deal with all the extraness that comes with it, okay? So combing the wrong way will have you losing unnecessary hair. You see hair on the floor, and you've moisturized and everything, but maybe you're combing the wrong way. So you need to look into your combing technique. If you're combing the wrong way, it's a good day to change. And also reduce the number of times you have to comb your hair. I always say that no matter how wide-toothed the comb is not really natural hair's best friend. So try to reduce the number of times you use your comb. I personally don't use combs so often. Maybe when I'm styling my hair and my wash day, if I'm just not in the mood to use my fingers. So correct your combing technique. That's another common mistake that a lot of people make. The next mistake is protective styling takedown. Now, you've heard it so many times. Oh, protective styles are good for your hair. Oh, protective style. But you can do all the right things. I mean, you've done a nice protective style that did not damage your edges. It's not too tight. Okay, cool. You moisturize throughout. You didn't leave your hair dry. Okay, cool. Now it's time to take down the protective style, and it all goes south. You're pulling it out too rough. You're taking it out the wrong way. Problem. So protective styling takedown is also very important. You also need to have patience for this. For example, if you're taking out braids, take your time. Personally, sometimes I can take 2-3 days to take out my braids, because once I'm tired, I'm leaving it, because I know that once I'm tired, I'm doing rubbish. I'm pulling the hair, I'm snagging it. So walk at your own pace. Make sure that you're taking down your protective styles properly. I'm also guilty of this, but I can preach on it because I'm a lot better. Touching your hair always. Guys, it's so important to not touch your hair always. I think they call it hand in hair syndrome. It's an actual thing. The reason why this is not good is simple. your hand in your hair all the time is causing excessive friction, and that is the truth. So one thing that has really helped me is always having my hair packed. I hardly have my hair out in like an afro or a braid out or a twist out. Nothing against those styles, but I find that when I do those, my hand is going to be in my hair constantly, and I know that it's counterproductive. So it's a no-no for me. So try to hold your hands and try not to put your hands in your hair all the time. It's not a good practice at all. And believe it or not, something as minute or something as, it might seem insignificant, but it definitely has effects on your hair growth. So try to minimize that if you're guilty. Okay. Another thing that we do that hinders our growth is our diet. Now, I'm not going to sit down here and tell you, oh, I eat fruits and vegetables 7 days a week, I work out, because I don't. But it's important that if you are like me, if you're honest with yourself, you know that your diet is not all that, you eat a lot of unhealthy stuff, then it's important to top it up with supplements. So I don't know about hair supplements, because I've been asked a couple of times, what do you think about this hair growth supplement? I don't know, because I've not tried any supplements specifically for hair. But I do take multivitamins for women, for ladies, you know, whatever it is, that have all these minerals and vitamins that we need that I'm probably not getting from my food. So I help myself by adding those things to my to what I take. No matter what you do to your hair topically, no matter what you apply on it, it's still growing from inside. So what's happening inside your body really matters. Very, very important. So if you're not taking like multivitamins and things like that to help you to further boost your system, further boost your health, your hair, your skin, your nails, then you should definitely get into that. Talk with your pharmacist and try to find out the one that's best for you. The hair mistake that a lot of people make is using just any product in the market. Any product that they see they want to use it. It's going to end in tears. Using products and not checking their ingredients. It's very important to check your ingredients. Now, you might not be a DIY person. You might just want to go to the store, get your products, your shampoo, your conditioner, your leave-in, whatever it is, because you ain't got time for that. That's cool. But then you're not checking your ingredients, you're not checking your products. And it's very important to check the ingredients, especially the first couple of ingredients. I'll give you an example. Somebody was experiencing a lot of hair loss, a lot of breakage, unnecessary breakage. If you touch her hair like this, it's going to fall off. And that was because, unknown to her, she was using a whole rice water collection of products, from the shampoo to the leave-in to the deep conditioner, and she was using it almost every week because she used to wash her hair every week. And rice water, if you don't know, has a lot of protein. Now imagine the protein overload, and then her hair was like bye. Her hair was falling off. So it's important to always check your ingredients. It's important to know what you're putting into your hair, which is why I love my DIYs, which is why I love to make my own hair products. You should subscribe to my channel for tons of lovely DIYs that I have already posted and I will post in the future. Okay. And another advantage is that you know exactly what you're putting into your hair. That's what I like to tell people. With DIYs, you know exactly what you're putting. If I feel that my hair is excessively dry, is shedding, I know exactly what to do, what to use for my hair. And it targets the area, it targets the problem. I know exactly what I'm feeding my hair. It's just perfect. But if you insist and you want to just buy products strictly, make sure that you're checking your ingredients. Make sure that you know the harmful ingredients, and just be on the watch out. Don't just buy anything because it's entering your eyes or because it's shiny or you've seen the adverts or the brand is popping up on your timeline. Buy it because you are sure that it's what your hair needs. Another mistake is excessive trimming. I'm sure you're like, what's this one saying now? I thought this natural hair people said that you should be trimming your hair. That's correct. You're supposed to trim your hair, but not excessively. I find that a lot of people are very scissor happy. I used to be one of those people. Like, I just see the scissors and I just want to snip a little bit, just a little bit. But if you're trying to grow your hair, obviously there's no explanation needed. It's counterproductive. If you're reducing your length every second, how is your hair going to grow? you need to know there's something going around. There was a time, and I think people still say this, that you need to trim your hair every 2-3 months. There is no timeline for trimming your hair. You trim your hair when your hair needs to be trimmed, and that is solely dependent on the individual. It's solely dependent on you. There is no general rule or in any book or any natural hair manual that says trim your hair every 3 months. So if after 3 months you feel like your hair does not need trimming, then you don't need to trim your hair, sis. Don't be cutting off all the good length just because you want to fulfill all righteousness of trimming. If your hair doesn't need to be trimmed, don't trim it. So that's what I mean by excessive trimming. Sometimes you're doing the most. You don't need to be trimming your hair. You don't need to be doing anything, but there you are cutting off your length and complaining that you're still shoulder length for how many years? Yes, this is the most ridiculous one. Having a poor hair care routine but expecting excellent results. Even if you listen to all the natural hair YouTubers, even if you follow all the natural hair bloggers, even if you watch all the DIY videos, but then you don't build a hair care routine, a personal hair care routine for yourself that works, then you're not going to make any progress, because everything you watch, every video you watch, every post you read or whatever about hair is just supposed to guide you, to help you make more informed decisions. So you do need to have a routine that is suited around your own lifestyle, around the time you have to take care of your hair. So you need to make a good routine that is centered around, your free time, when you'll be able to moisturize, when you'll be able to wash, when you'll be able to oil your scalp and all that good stuff. And then you need to be consistent with it. It's not that you're going to do it once in a while and then expect results. So a hair care routine is something that's very important. And the good thing is that it's flexible, so you have the choice of doing it at your own time, at your own pace, so that you can be consistent with it. Consistency is the key to seeing results when it comes to hair care and every other thing. So a poor hair care routine will give you 0 results, no matter how much information you have about hair. But if you're not incorporating it, then it's a loss. Another thing, I'm going to end this with friction and rubbing of your ends. That's another mistake. Now, for example, today I have my hair in a low bun, and you can see that my ends are touching my shirt. Now, this style is not something that I usually do. It's not a regular style for me. So if you're somebody who is always doing styles where your ends are always touching your shirt or your skin, it's a bit counterproductive, because if you're doing this day in, day out, the friction is going to affect your ends. Then you'll have to trim your hair a lot more, because you're definitely going to have split ends, and then you can't even retain length, if you know what I mean. So try as much as possible to keep your ends away most of the time. I'm not saying that you shouldn't do styles, that have your hair out or your ends out and all of that, but try to have some balance and don't do it all the time. So guys, we've come to the end of this video. I hope that you enjoyed the video. I hope that you learned something. I hope that maybe if you're making some of these mistakes, you will change. Don't forget to like this video, don't forget to comment, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed and join the family. So hit that red button, okay? And thank you. So guys, I'll see you in my next video, and thank you so much for watching.